Hi boys and girls, it's me Butch. My name is Terry David Silvercloud. I'm not native, just sounds that way. I'm 81 years old, and because I'm about to croak any day now, I have serious ticker problems. I'm trying to spread the word on Silvercloud'S Conjecture, that's me, which is my theory about the cause of the speed of light, which I say is the physical size of the electron. It is here and there at the same time to you, relatively. And so briefly, I wanted to mention, well, how big is it? In quantum physics, it's described as more like energy, using the reduced Planck constant as kilograms per second. But in terms of physical size, they all come down to old man Planck's measurements and calculations and reduced numbers in that. And Butch says the diameter of the electron is the Planck length. So if you were calculating the volume of the electron, it would be this is the formula for a sphere, 4/3 pi, the Planck's length divided by 2, because you just want the radius, not the diameter, the radius. Planck length divided by 2 cubed. That would be the volume of the electron. So in quantum physics, to be a point source traveling within that volume at the same time, if you exchange the radius of the electron for the speed of light, the point source would be traveling at 4/3 pi c cubed, the speed of light cubed. In other words, a singularity moving at 4/3 pi c cubed would, to you viewing it at the speed of light, energy bouncing off or around it, would seem to be a standing wave, which would probably be a spinning sphere. And the amount of spin would determine electronically what sort of color you think you might be seeing. Light is an interpretation in your brain. There's nothing but electromagnetic waves all over the place, and your eyeballs are capable of focusing on particular areas out there and projecting what it sees onto a big screen, your eyeball. And as the different wave fronts are hitting the rods and cones, the wave fronts that are extremely tiny, tuned to those frequencies, will detect them, and where that wavefront hit the rod or cone, that would be the energy level there would be called a photon. It's just a teensy piece of the actual big wavefront. It could be, God knows how big, millions of light years around for all you know. If it's coming from a star a million years away, a sphere has been spreading for a million light years from that star, and if it hits your eyeball, it's extremely weak. And that's why we need sometimes electronic telescopes to even detect the light. We have them now, like the Hubble Space Telescope. Their eyeballs are electronic and very sensitive. So they detect how fast the vibrations are of the waves and project it on your big screen, turn it into a photon, which is a wave which collapses into whatever color it may be. And if you have a whole bunch of them, it'd be very bright. So you had a whole bunch of blue photons, it would be bright blue. And if you didn't have very many, it'd be dull blue. I think you're catching the drift, maybe, possibly. What I'm trying to get across to you here, what I think is important, is you have to understand that the speed of light is being set by the electron. The electron is the bit. A bunch of them are bytes. A byte of electrons is a bunch of electrons. And as wave fronts hit your rods and cones, they are converted into electrical energy being transmitted in bits and bytes by electrons. And how fast they get there is entirely dependent on how fast they can get from here to there. And Butchie Poo thinks it's most likely the Planck length for lack of any better length. Butch thinks that electrons are made of tachyons, which would be at least two of them, which would form a gyrobifastigium, Johnson solid J26. And I'm going to make a video sometime shortly about all of that, how you can take a string bent into 6 parts and join it with an opposite spin string of 6 parts, and they can form an object with 8 edges, the gyrobifastigium, formed from 2 regular prisms. See how I drift on. I'm having memory issues. I'm getting old. He's old. All right, the big deal here was to let you know that theoretically faster than light is normal. The speed of light is normal. Faster than light is what reality is. You are at the center of your reality, which is a sphere all around you, different than your neighbor, your boyfriend or girlfriend. They have their own sphere, and it's all happening to you seemingly at the same time, but it's very difficult for you to actually pin that down, other than you're both staring at the same clock at the same distance. It gets really complicated. That's why, well, let's not drift off into that, Butch. I don't want to scare you off. I just want you to get it into your head. The speed of light is set by the electron. I was talking about your sphere of reality. So your radius of your reality is the speed of light. So for a point source in quantum physics to fill that sphere at that moment for you, it has to be moving at 4/3 pi c cubed, c being the speed of light for your radius. And that varies a bit, so it's easier to pin it down to electron size, and the radius of the electron is being the Planck length divided by 2, and now we really have something to go with. It doesn't give you different numbers every time. This is getting confusing, isn't it? See, it's really complicated. I don't want it to be. What's important is for me to get the message out to you that the speed of light is set by the physical size of the electron, which is here and there, at the same time to you, at the center of your sphere of reality, which technically is happening at 4/3 pi c cubed, but really determined on the physical size of the electron, which has a diameter of the Planck length or something really close to it. So I've gone on and on and on, so it's going to be like, bye-bye from Butch. I don't know if I covered it all or not. I'm really giving it a shot. I'm trying so hard. So thanks for watching. Now I got to try and figure out how to stop this. I think I pushed this button. I don't have my glasses on. Bye-bye.